Hi, my name is Skylar. I'm part of the onboarding team here at workforce.com. Welcome to the platform. I'm excited to show you around, so let's jump right in. The first thing we're going to talk about is how to create and set your teams and locations. We're going to do that by going to the Workforce tab and then select Teams. From here in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a green button that says Add. From there, you'll want to select Location. In this case, because I'm in our Chicago office, I'll go ahead and put Chicago. And then, of course, I'll also add in the address. Once I've created that, I'll just hit Create New Location. And now I can add some teams. I'll go ahead and add the onboarding team, as well as a few others. And in as simple as a few clicks, you've just created your first location and teams. At this point, we're going to want to go ahead and add your staff into the platform. So we'll go to the Workforce tab once more, but this time we're going to select Staff. From here, you'll go to the Add Staff in the upper right-hand corner button, and you'll see that you have a few options. The first one being the paperless onboarding. If we go ahead and click Invite New Employees, you'll see a few fields that you can fill out for the employee's demographics, such as name, email, phone, as well as the team that they're going to be a part of. Of course, you can also add a little customized message like welcome to the team. Once you've added all the information in, you can just simply hit Send Invite. Let's go back and check out some of the other options of how we can add staff into the system. We can go back and hit that Add Staff button. We can also bulk import staff. We hit this drop down, and we can do it by CSV. I have an example here that we can use in a Google Sheet. All of this information you want to have filled out, such as their name, maybe an employee ID, email, etc. You can simply download this as a CSV file. And then within the platform, you'll hit Import via CSV. You'll add your CSV file in. And you can map the data accordingly. So in this case, you'll do name and name, so on and so forth. Once you've mapped all of the data, you'll just hit import at the end of the page. Finally, there's one last way that you can add staff in. You'll go back to that staff page, you'll hit Add Staff, and then we'll create a new profile manually. Of course, we can add the employee name, set their time clock passcode, their phone number, add an email in, set their permission level. In this case, I'll go ahead and add them to a team as well. And just like that, you've created your first employee. Now that we have your staff in, let's jump over to the schedule. You're going to go to the Schedule tab in the upper left-hand corner, hit Current Schedule, and it's going to default to that Chicago office location that you just created. Right off the bat, you can see that it's already configured to the location that you had just set up. We can see some of the employee names, as well as a few other options that we can toggle through. I want to start out by showing you the different views within the schedule. Firstly, you can change the amount of time that you're scheduling. So I can do by a day, week, bi-week, so on. In this case, I prefer to do the week. You can do by staff or stacked view. Naturally, staff is going to show all of your staff that are available in that location. Alternatively, you can choose stacked view, which is only going to show you shift cards for employees that you've scheduled. In this case, I haven't scheduled anybody yet, so obviously there's no shift cards there. Finally, you can do some grouping. I like to do group by team, so that way I can only schedule out each individual team at a time. It makes it easier for me to focus on that. We'll get started by doing onboarding. I'll create a new shift card, select the times that I want the employee to work. I can go ahead and use keyboard shortcuts as well to apply this employee to the rest of the week. And once I'm happy with that schedule, I can hit Review and Publish, and of course publish those shifts. And as you can see, in as little as a few clicks, you can have your schedule created, published, and sent to your employees for them to begin working. Now that your staff has received their schedule, it's time that they start clocking in and out. So we're going to show you how to do that from our tablet here. This is the app that you would have downloaded on a tablet that would get mounted to the wall. I'll go ahead and punch in my clock-in code. And you can see the camera comes up, and I can, of course, clock in. Once I've clocked in, I can then go on my day and begin work. Once I get to the end of the day, I'll go ahead and punch my code in again. And of course, it'll automatically tell me that I can clock out, so all I have to do is hit clock out. In addition to the time clock, we also have a mobile application that can be downloaded directly onto the employee's device. The first thing you do as soon as you open the app is you can see your full employee schedule. I know that I'm working each day this week, the times, what team I'll be a part of, and of course if I have any breaks. I also conveniently can see how much I can expect to make during that shift. Let's say I'm ready for my shift to start and I want to clock in from my device. I simply hit Overview, then GPS Clock In. And quite similarly to the time clock, I have my picture. I also have my GPS pinning where I am, confirming that I'm on site. Of course, all I have to do is hit Clock In, and I'm ready to begin work. Once I finish for the day, just like the time clock, I simply hit Finish, and then clock out, and my punches will show up within the platform for my manager to approve. Finally, the last thing that we're going to go through is how to set up your payroll integration. You do this by navigating to your initials in the upper right-hand corner, selecting Integrations. Once you get to that page, you'll already be at the Payroll Integrations page. You'll simply hit New Payroll Integration, and you can select from the options that are available there. If it's not an option in our list, meaning that your payroll software doesn't integrate with workforce.com, that's not a problem. You can simply use our Excel export file, or of course you can build your own export file that meets the CSV import file needs of your payroll software. Once you've selected it, you'll simply hit to integrate. You'll fill out your integration credentials and then hit save. Now that you have your payroll integration all set up, you're ready to get started on your own. Of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us through the chat link in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Once again, I'm Skylar Gold, and welcome to workforce.com.